All right, welcome. Welcome everyone to our Chris and Jill live chat. We are serving the community of global entrepreneurs. This is a conversation on growth, success, and progress. I'm Chris, business coach, CEO, and founder of YCO Tax. This is a virtual accounting here in the US. I am a 2018 Texas Minority Business of the Year with Senate and Congress recognition because I was able to build a six-figure revenue in a virtual recession-proof accounting industry. I'm so blessed and thankful that currently we already have four offices here in Texas. If you want to know more how to grow your business, please connect with me on my YouTube channel, Chris Waikoko, and also on my LinkedIn. Today we have a very interesting topic. It's very relevant and current because for the past weeks, all my clients, business clients, amazing, powerful women are all in this to inspire other people, and that's what we are going to talk about is the power of women entrepreneurship and finance. That's why this won't be possible without my co-host. Again, she's amazing. We just had a conversation yesterday. She is a serial entrepreneur, community leader, and business coach. She has a great passion for writing, entrepreneurship, social media management, personality development, and public speaking. She is a licensed occupational therapist and runs her company, Excellence Therapy Solutions, in Dallas, Texas. She's also co-founded a fashion line with Jill and Jog Couture with designer Jogger Onate to use fashion and style to empower women. Currently, she serves as the chair of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, DFW. In 2009, she was recognized as an outstanding occupational therapy by Sun Healthcare in Miami, Florida. In 2019, wow, she received an outstanding occupational therapy award from the National Therapy Service and former editor-in-chief in the Asian Beat newspaper, highlighting the events and spotlighting leaders in the Filipino-American community. As a pageant coach, she also served as a chairwoman for candidate selection for Miss Asia American International Pageant 2018 to 2019. She enjoys traveling, photography, and writing her first book. Do I have to say more? No other than Miss Jill Lasaka. Jill.
Yes, good morning. And to all our viewers, rise and shine. It's such a great, beautiful day today. And, the role of women, Chris, over the years has really transcended. We've seen women's role from being a mother, a breadwinner, and I've seen that, and leaders and entrepreneurs. Now, the role of women as an entrepreneur has been very fascinating because, Chris, both of us are entrepreneurs and you know how the challenge of starting your own company takes. It takes grit, it takes courage, it takes a lot of great mindset to really start that company and transform your idea to start your business into a thriving business. So I'm very proud of our guest today, and I look forward to a powerful conversation.
Exactly. That's the reason why we're bringing resources speakers that could really connect to a lot of women. We need this empowerment, especially with the current situation. And now I'm also empowered. I had a conversation to her. There was some takeaways that I got from her, but I can't wait to introduce. She is an OICIA equity partner and a business director at Infinite Company, a fast growing financial entity located in the heart of Dallas, Texas. She is a dedicated wife, a mother of three amazing children, and four parent to her dogs. With her expertise for more than 20 years in the financial industry, she has been a great contributor in helping other people's lives by educating them the right financial choice for their future and making various financial solutions to reach their financial goals. She is also leading women of OIC, an advocate of taking women as great leaders in the field of entrepreneurship and finance. She's leading several projects in the business, in the community to help moms and single ladies to gain confidence and make extra income to help their families. Her commitment in helping other people and their families continues to show in her everyday work. Today, Mary Grace is constantly and passionately working hard to develop more people in becoming financial educators and gaining their utmost financial independence for their future. Let's all welcome a business director, Mary Grace Anasco. Hello, Mary Grace. And you're there again.
Hello.
Good morning.
Howdy. Howdy.
Howdy.
Kamusta?
Howdy,
Hello.
kamusta?
Thank you for introduction.
Mhm.
Am I okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are. We can hear you loud and clear.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, thank you
Mhm.
for that wonderful introduction. Thank you.
All right.
Chris,
So now we're going to talk about the power of women entrepreneurship. How did you start here in the US?
Oh, great question. Well, I think this could not have come at a better time. Actually, this year marks our 35th year being in Dallas, Texas. Um, immigrant, born and raised in the Philippines. I came here at a tender age of 10. And as we always say, has a plan. Believe that God, the planner of everything. So coming here, um, being raised by wonderful parents, I have no close. And as a matter of fact, always been best friends, business partners, and coming in Texas, of all places, right? Dallas, especially home. And I think that was part of our destiny. We're all created to do something big. And we have to
yes.
believe that because the mind can conceive and believe it. So coming here, went to school here from grade school, schools to high school, on to college, getting married to my childhood friend. Art. It was ours, really, but we've known each other. We're 10. This year, we're celebrating 50 years being um, so. I love gender invited me to an opportunity to understand how money works because you work for money, you have how money works. That became my passion. So 25 years later, in this financial space, and with the grace of God, in 2018, we branched off in our own company, and that was part of another God's plan. He plans to prosper you and give you hope, and we're just getting started. So this
Mhm.
is something that I've been passionate about, and glad you all invited me today, and I have a lot of her story with Jill, and so I
Yes.
think we're all on that journey to really be the best version of ourselves and be a blessing to others.
Yeah, Grace, we've known each other for a long time, and we knew the challenges and the struggles that we've experienced when we transition from being an employee to an entrepreneur. Take us back to the some of the challenges that you've experienced with that transition from being an employee to starting your own company.
Well, I was blessed. My parents were always minded. We've always had our fashion business, but growing up, I saw them work so hard. Even though we said we're business, we didn't own the business owned us. So for me, I really didn't want
Mhm.
entrepreneurship. I wanted to be. I love being around children. I'm a mommy of three. But as you know, most people, if they're not nurses, they're teachers or doctors or engineers. But I was that intelligent. I love children. They're a gift from God, and unfortunately, are so overworked and underpaid. And sometimes we have so much expectation what teachers are supposed to do for us, but us as parents, we miss the big picture. So I'm so glad that I'm still in that teaching environment because when I was introduced to the financial, just financial, investment,
Right.
insurance, thing else in
Right.
between.
Yeah.
It's about being an educator. So the transition was right away clear that there is a true business, and our fashion business wasn't a true business because fashion will always go out of style. But if you are passionate about do you be successful, but added freedom. And our
Yeah.
fashion business did not give my parents freedom, but
Mhm.
here what to me the definition of success: being a mompreneur, being a owner, being able to serve my community, my church, and why not all of your future while building your dreams and aim.
Yes, and that's why for the past I've been in accounting industry for more than almost 10 years now, and I'm so inspired by women that are single mom or maybe with their kids trying to balance, right? How do you find that balance? Because the last week I had a conversation with one of now she's a single mom, then also the expectation of being a full-time mom is very different from full-time business owner. How do you find that time and time balance between your business and between your kids based on your experience?
Very good question. Very good question. Balance. You have to know your priorities. We all have choices in a day, and when you're married, a mom of three, you have all these obligations. Maybe not only business, but your family,
Yeah.
parents, your community. You have to leverage. You have to align yourself with one mentorship, a great
Mm-hmm.
leadership, because time is number one commodity, and we cannot produce more time. And the only way to 10, 20 people that can help you do what you to fulfill your goal. So you have to leverage. You have to either partner up with the right employee, the right staffing, because you cannot be a Jane of all trades, master of none. Drop something. And when you know your priority, and very simple, it's my faith, my family, and everything else. Because when you put God first, He will clear the way and make a path. We live to
Mm-hmm.
serve, we live to give. And when you give Him that, first moments when you open your eyes of being grateful, you'll see what the rest of your day will be like. Actually, He can part the Red River for you. He'll not make it easy, but He'll make it possible. So, Chris,
Mhm.
one thing, leverage, and you can do it all. I think I shared with a lot of people, sometimes we don't want to pay for things because when you're starting
Yeah.
out in business, capital is very limited. You want to cut corners. We are in that do it yourself. I'll YouTube it. But if I
Mhm.
want a accountant, because I don't audited by the IRS, if you're a
Yeah.
good business person, we've all faced that, and it's a big lesson. You employ the best accounting firm, the best accountant you trust. I get the one on whatever TurboTax and do it myself. Why will I do that when I
Mm-hmm.
can have a
Mhm.
Chris Wycoco and his company do the very best for me and my partners? So think
Exactly.
bigger.
Mhm. Uh,
Leverage, 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 leverage.
mhm.
Yes, I think what she was saying for those leverage is in layman's term, these are other people's time, the OPM, other people's money, other people's resources. So that, I learned that since I was 14. Anything that you can leverage, they said Paul Getty once said that I would rather have 1% of 100 rather than 100% of my own, because at the end it's not the money but it's the quality time that you spend with your family. Then this friend of mine, she was saying she has that kind of balance where after 6 p.m. it's kids time.
Mhm.
She doesn't really open her email on Sunday. There's only like certain time. And the good thing about the business that we are all at, it's virtual and she can work from home.
Great.
That's why she
Mhm.
prepared the breakfast for the kids. They have to spend quality time together. There's no business talk during the table. That's why they find that balance, and also attending the baseball, the soccer games of the kids. It's very important because even though you have that kind of big picture on your head, but the kids don't see that, they
Right.
will not appreciate that.
Right.
Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Chris. I mean,
And I will
um,
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jill.
No problem. So, the space as an entrepreneur is amazing. There's the benefit of freedom and flexibility with our time, but it's also very challenging, especially if you have to balance the role of being a mother and an entrepreneur and a visionary and a leader. So it's very important. I always tell my clients to really learn to understand your why, your purpose, and then learn to prioritize among the things that you have. And in that way, we've seen that Grace has really been a great example of that. Knowing her purpose, knowing her priorities in life, I think that helps her streamline her business. Grace, I've got a quick question, and all entrepreneurs have experiences. We always get that no moment when you start selling something, you start promoting your ideas. We get that no moments, and we've seen that women who've been very successful in the industry experience that. Estee Lauder, when she started it,
Mhm.
people did not have a good concept of what skincare was, so there she experienced a lot of those no moments. But take us to that one no moment that have changed your life, and how did you, what mentality, what mindset did you use to transform that no moment into an opportunity of growth for you?
You have to embrace no's because no to me is negativity. We're trained to all say no. It's actually not how you say it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you can even reverse engineer that, because without even knowing, people, it's like, no, I'm not interested. Go, oh, you're not interested to help your family and send your kids to right. So like, oh, well, I am interested. So sometimes it's not what we say, it's how we. Jill, you could just imagine. I was rejected by everyone. Everyone I approached was much older than me.
Yes.
Look at you, you're a kid. And if y'all see my stature, I'm barely like half. So I'm always wearing like 3-inch heels so I could at least get 5 feet. But it's size is not everything, age is not everything. But no is a is a it's preparing you for the yes. Because
Yes.
sometimes you cannot expect yes and you're not ready. You
Mhm.
it's all timing, and people, they give up on the first no. They take it very, very personal. And in business, I always say it's only business. They
Mhm.
will buy, they will sell, they will return. Look, Walmart, I could buy $300. I was buying one thing, but I end up with a whole cart full of stuff, and I'm like, I need to return it. Walmart doesn't care if I return it right as I'm going back, because that's part of business. There's always, the yes and the no, but I always focus on, if I'm persistent enough, if I persevere, eventually that no will become a yes. Because it's not about no, they're saying to me something going on in their life. They're not ready to receive what you're willing to offer them yet. But when they're ready, they'll be the one. And hopefully you stuck around, because most people give up. Going back to that, when you hear a no, people give up right away. You never give up on your dream. That is always my advice. Never, ever, ever give up, because no one will achieve your dreams for you. You are your best competition. You are your best cheerleader. When you down, just get back up. It's not 7 times getting up, getting knocked down. It's times getting up. So
Right.
embrace the no, because by the fifth to 7 times, that will be a yes. And most people give up the first to second no. I never give up.
Great.
Takes me 20 years.
Yeah, precisely. That's why the other challenges right now, what are the common misconceptions do you think or you experienced of other people towards women being a leader and being a business owner?
A lot. Every industry was pretty much led by men, because
Mm-hmm.
historically, women were supposed to be rearing children, right?
Right.
But now you're seeing it's not enough. So women have to get in the works, in the workforce, and they're doing it better. It's because there are certain qualities, and there are qualities in both, species.
Yes.
But women makes us so successful is we lead by our heart, and we really listen. We're empathetic. We're born nurturers. We're the only ones who can give birth to a human being. Yes,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
is contributing to that, but don't do the big push job and diaper typically. And we're blessed with that because that's how God created us. We're supposed to complement each other. But when competition, sometimes it's the fear. They
Mhm.
know
Yes.
more
Mhm.
powerful species, and they should embrace that.
Mhm.
But they use that as a challenge. Like, oh, they're gonna take much days off. They're gonna take family leave, even though we might take a family leave. But we will make that up during the downtime because we don't have any excuses. Moms, especially mothers or girl bosses, we control our time and we will optimize our time. We will not make excuses. Give us the opportunity, we will show you. But most of the time, people want to intimidate. That's why your circle of influence and
Right.
your mentorship is very important. Other
Mhm.
leadership that are women is very important to help develop you because they don't just tell you, they will show you. If I can do it, you can do it better because I'm going to help you.
Mhm. Grace,
Even
that's a very powerful point. I think women who are entrepreneurs brings a huge level, a deep depth in terms of empathy, being able to connect. Women have gone through a lot of, have experienced a lot of challenges. Their standards and expectations are very high for them compared to men, and that's a reality. And but it's how you convert this expectation into an opportunity of growth for you. And like what you said, I think it's the mindset. It's also creating the team of leaders among yourselves, and you have been such a great mentor. Tell us a little bit of how you've been able to connect the power of leadership and mentorship into your business.
They always say that word leader or leadership. We're not born leaders. Leaders are created, leaders are developed. If you know my background, like I said, I came here at 10 years old. I had a lot of insecurity. Language, we went to a
Mhm.
private Catholic school. I felt we were the poorest, out of all the students. So there are some securities there. But when you align yourself with even more powerful
Yeah.
people greater than you, that will help you, that will catapult you to the next level. But the problem is in this space we live in, women, we're designed to compete against each other. We're
Right.
designed to, because it's how we're programmed, but we're changing that. That's why I love in 25 years, I always say, I don't have room the drama for your mama. I mean, if you're not going to be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. If you're going to come with me
Yeah.
with a problem, you better come with 10 solutions how we're going to solve that problem.
Right.
Because a lot of times
Mhm.
people entertain that. That they say misery loves company. I really don't have
Mhm.
time. And to me, if I can help you get what you want, I already got what I want. It's not about what's in it for me. What can I do, Jill? Isn't it always like that? Jill, from day one you came here, Jill, what can I do for you? If you don't know how
Yes.
to drive it, I'll drive you around. If you don't know how to do
Mhm.
this, I'll go together. I'll show you and tell people. You know, that's why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but your action speaks volume. We don't
Yeah.
work
Yes.
for
Mhm.
applause. We work for the cause. Like there's so many accolades we want, and it's not that I want that, but sometimes you have to stay under the radar because the more you're out there, you're a target. I always have a target on my back, but I'm ready because I always
Right.
believe if God is for us, who can be against us? When you are like doing something bigger, the little things don't get in your way
Mhm.
because you are chosen to do something bigger. And if you are comfortable being uncomfortable, then you're on your way. But if you just want to be a people pleaser, that disease to please everyone, but you yourself.
Mhm.
When you know who you are, you also are not. So that's very important to find out, dig deep. What is my passion? Because it will lead you to your purpose and your path will be very, very clear.
Great.
Yes. You mentioned regarding we talk about that in finance, especially. I think leadership starts from home. Do you believe that the husband and wife need to have a joint account,
Oh, I love that question.
or they always have to be
Oh,
separate?
I love it too.
Who
I
takes
mean, we'll be
control
transparent
on the financial
here.
decision?
Living in a new era. Our era is not like how our parents' era was or our grandparents. Right now, there's no if the wife and they met each other, and I'll speak from experience. My husband and I, we were very independent. We have ours. So that means you came in together with your own monies, your own assets, your own invest, the way you were brought up.
Mhm.
So it only makes sense when you become a husband and wife too. You form that unity, but you should respect that I make my own, and there's some wives that make more than the husband, and the husband is perfectly fine. It's not about male should make more. There are
Mhm.
a lot of executives. The husband does a better job, running the household. Like in my
Right.
family, honest with you, I'm learning from my
Right.
husband more. He's, opposites attract. They're a
Mhm.
powerful force. So I always tell people what you're comfortable with. Even if
Right.
the wife is a stay at home, she should have her own personal account because she shouldn't have to report to the hubby, this is what I'm buying my makeup or my hair product. We're adults. And actually, if you were to give a housewife an income, she would make more than a six figure. I could break it down because if you have a nanny, a tutor, a babysitter, a maid, they don't work for free. So
Right.
the wife should have her own account on top of the family account because why would you ruffle the feathers when we were so used to paying our own? I,
Yes.
I always we have to embrace independence because more powerful. We don't want to be dependent on any husband or wife because who's to say something could happen?
Mhm.
Things happen. Bad things happen to good people. You have to be able to stand on your own, be empowered.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a very powerful line of thought, Chris. And to elevate that conversation, I
Mhm.
feel that before you enter into a relationship, it's very important that you understand where you are financially, emotionally, mentally, and psychologically. And when you have that full understanding, you're able to come in with a clear mindset of that relationship, and then also being able to communicate to your partner and being able to express your needs and your desire of the expectations of how you both can handle the finances. And I think that will solve a lot of the issues that arises when couples don't they intermingle their finances. So the key there is really knowing and understanding both your unique perspectives of your relationship with money and finances, and then second, having that great open communication that solves a lot of like issues involved in
That
any relationship.
That is true. Actually, to extend that, Grace and Jill, we are all immigrants in here in the U.S. Then the part of the culture is giving to the family in other country, like in our family, relatives, friends. So what I see with all my clients, because I had a conversation yesterday with a traveling nurse, there are two type of helping. Either you're giving them or really teaching them. But a lot of my nurses, the reason why they cannot quit their job is because they said, "Oh, I'm giving, I'm supporting." But I said, "Did you teach them how to invest? Did you guys send them to an education that they would know how to manage their own money?" Because giving is not always helping. So that's why I said I always believe that give a man a fish and he will eat for a day, but teach a man how to fish and he will eat for a lifetime. Because if you know how to manage your finances and you're self-sufficient, you need to extend that to other family members and friends that they should also know how to manage their own finances. And I know Jill is doing that. She's investing. So what do you recommend, Grace, to people or to a lot of immigrants that they're still supporting? How do you advocate the women to become more like a leader with their friends and family?
I love that. You nailed it on the head, Chris. I think that saying, to give than receive. And the more you give, the more you receive. But we don't want to enable. We want to, and everything we do with intent. Like, view this, or I'm investing in you because it's your education, or it's to get you better to a health situation because health is wealth. There's a lot of families right now, they're struggling because they're not healthy because stress cause financial stress is the number one cause of health problems. And divorce, back to Jill, money cannot
Mhm.
buy love. You spend all the money in a beautiful wedding, but like even my husband and I, we were very practical. We paid for our own wedding because you don't plan for the wedding day, you plan for the whole marriage for eternity. And sometimes
Yes.
before we even reach a 1 year anniversary, they're already divorcing, financial problem. Again, that
Mhm.
disease to please.
Mhm.
Remember, you're the one paying the bills, and you might not pay the bills on time, but those bills come on time. Thought you just paid the mortgage. Why is this next one already here? Right? So 50% of marriages now end in divorce. And the number one reason, financial communication, or you full to begin with. You didn't
Mhm.
expose all your bad habits of overspending, or maybe you're too generous with your family who could take abuse. And it's
Right.
not fair for the family. We've all been in that. We give, our heart is too big, but we
Yeah.
also have to use our brain. They said from
Mhm.
your head to your heart, it's a foot. You have to really be intentional. What am I doing? If I'm giving you this is what I tell you, how we empower people. This virtual world and leveraging, we're able to outsource. We're able to even have our companies in different locations,
Mhm.
not just in Texas or US, but we're
Yeah.
able to
Mhm.
leverage. So even our families help. I'm going to say, I'm giving you this because this is compensation. I need you to do this for me. You're
Right.
praying. Maybe you can't get a job in the Philippines or wherever you are, but I need you to do some for me. So they feel it's not a handout. They are
Right.
earning it. So
Yes. And
always, or
Grace.
help them develop a
Mhm.
business.
Mhm.
Business development is the key. I mean, there's business going on everywhere, and Filipinos are so good at that, but they need it because
Grace,
you need to understand business.
right. That's a very important point because all of us
Sorry,
are
Jill.
immigrants. No problem. We're all immigrants, and we understand how important it is to share what we have accomplished financially to our family and our parents. Now, my when I started getting into that habit of helping my family, one of the most powerful habit that I trained them was really to help them become co-creators of creating family wealth. So I brought them as an employees with salaries and then with clear expectations of their role to help build the family business. And that has really helped me well. And I think if you and me and Chris can continue to educate and advocate for where we teach our families not just the spirit of generosity or giving, but rather teaching them the important values of self-reliance and helping them, giving them the resources to become our business partners. I think that's very powerful.
Yes, and always have that heart, because sometimes you need to give tough love. It doesn't mean that you're teaching them. It doesn't mean, it's just want you to know that it needs to be translated that you want them to be independent financially. Like it's the opportunity is not just in the US. It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's just about you being resourceful on how to translate, because what Grace was saying about spending this of marriage, like very extravagant, paying $150,000 just in a different island. Then at the end, all the guests are paying by themselves, so it becomes like obligatory, because it happened before. So instead of doing that, why don't you try to be more practical? I love the idea of practicality, because at the end, you and your husband are the ones that going to be inside the house, not the friends, not the family members. So that's why it's, if you showed it to them, we can lead by example.
Right. Grace, we have lots of women out there that wants to understand, learn specific strategies. Now, as an expert in the world of finance, share us 2 or 3 tips that they can learn, that they need to learn from you.
Wonderful. Actually, for those looking for a side business, time that maybe they can transition to full time, the financial industry needs you, ladies. They've always needed us 25 years ago. The average age of a financial professional is 57, and it's typically a Caucasian male. And but what's happening is there's this because women outlive their spouses and male partners, and they are the caregivers to their aging parents and their young children. So upon death, disability, or some life challenge, that woman that sometimes was a housewife, and I'm like using that very not only, but that's how they were trained and conditioned. They're gonna be left with millions,
Yeah.
and they're gonna go somewhere downtown in a and talk to this person at them with no empathy. I'm ready to go play golf. Who am I talking to? And you've been there when they're kind of condescending, a little sarcastic, and then you just, even instead of asking the questions or calling it out, like being truthful, I don't know, I don't even know what the password is, I don't even know where to check. My husband took care of everything there, and that man, and I'm just saying it, the man, they're wired differently. Here I am, I
Right.
will make them tea, right? I'll bring you some
Mhm.
kind of something to eat,
Yeah.
let's talk. And through that, gaining their trust, force, and
Yeah.
they're so lost, but they know who they will talk to once everything is, and you can refer them to the right people, that because you've been there, or your own family and your own clients, so you can guide them and take them by the hand. So I'll tell you, the tip I will tell you: work someone you trust, someone that has shown you through example, not just you watch them, because a lot of people are watching us. They might not be liking our posts, they might not even share, they might be even drinking that haterade, like Taylor, they're gonna hate, but shake
Right.
it off. Shake it off, shake it off, because we are here to do a bigger job. It's not about us, it's what can we do to impact the world around us, with or without us. So Jill, always be an empty, leave your ego
Mhm.
door. When I say, what am I going to learn from you
Oh
so
my
much
God.
younger than me? They said that all the time. You don't even have a mortgage. You're not. What are you talking about mortgage? What are you talking about kids? You're not even a mom, but I will be when the time is right. And so sometimes they judge you already
Mhm.
based on who you are, but they're shooting messenger. They're forgetting to see
Mhm.
the message. So I will tell them,
Mhm.
if you want to get in the space, don't be quick to jump into business. Like, see what will that do for you or your family. Be passionate about it, because you don't want to, you know sometimes if you find something you truly believe in, you will put your whole life into it. That's what I believe I found. Education, whether it's financial or primary ed,
Yes.
I'm
Mhm.
constantly teaching. You are I love that, Chris. You don't give a man or a woman a fish. Teach them how to fish. When someone taught me how to fish, now I teach so many fishermen. But not only have a faith of a fisherman, sometimes that bait won't work. Different bait, else. Maybe they have something against you. Put another male in front of them.
Mhm.
Be a doing the job done. So I love that mentorship. Get guidance. Don't do it alone.
Yes.
Work with
Mhm.
people. Don't be afraid to pay a little something. You get what you pay for. In business, there's no free
Mhm.
lunch. You got to
No.
in
Oh
the
yeah.
result.
stay, stay away
Mhm.
from people asking for free.
Grace, it's really important
Amen.
also to, as entrepreneurs, to seek
Mhm.
that mentorship, build that relationship, surround yourself with people who are more successful than you are, because at the end of the day, the key to being very successful is really imitating what people have done well, and then adding and bringing your own value, bringing your own perspective, bringing your talent, and elevating that so that it can be your own personal success. So I love that.
Yes, that's thank you, Grace. How about what's your takeaway on this conversation, Coach Jill?
Yeah, so Grace has been a great example. She's not just one of the
Mhm.
statistics of women who have started their own business. She has shown us grit. She has shown us how important it is to transform your dream into a reality by taking action. And she invests so much in education. And here she is now. She's transforming that into an area and space where she's teaching people how to run their finances, and also creating women within her group to become the next leaders in the financial industry. So I think that's a powerful woman that has used her influence for a good cause.
Yes, that's true. Then one of my takeaways on this topic is women being a full-time mother it's a very noble profession already. That
Yes.
is one advantage amongst all men. And being an entrepreneur, it's another like additional accomplishment for women. So never underestimate the value of being a woman, because you always have that heart. And that's why I learn a lot and very passionate of helping to grow from different industries. In whatever career you go, just go there, just be consistent and never ever stop, but always put the heart and
Mhm.
passion on everything that you do, and I'm telling you, you will be unstoppable.
Yes.
All right, there you go. What are your takeaways? I hope you learned something today with this two inspiring women on our chat. If you guys have questions, feel free to comment us and whatever topics that you want us to bring on the next Thursday live chat. This is every second and fourth Thursday of the month. Please connect with them and find them maybe in on LinkedIn. How can they connect with you, Grace?
Yes,
How can they find you?
all
Mhm.
over social media, of course. So Chris, so yes, in social media, through our own Facebook
Mhm.
webpage, WOIC, which I'm so proud of, Women of Our Infinite Company, LinkedIn, we've, Instagram. I'll put that all on the chat, and you just connect with us. We're a resource for you. We're all here. Ask. I think that's the best the compliment is asking. Don't be afraid to ask.
Mhm.
There's never a question too small or too little, because we are to learn. And because when you empower women, they will empower other women.
And with that note, this is our Chris and Jill live chat. Like, mom entrepreneur will make her story. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Jill, so much. Thank you,
Thank
Grace.
you,
Thank you for
Grace.
your time, and thank you for everyone that view our chat. Have amazing day ahead. Stay safe.
Thank you. Take care.